Okay, we'll call this meeting to order. Blackhawk County Board of Supervisors, April the 23, 2019. Roll call, please.
Leyland,
Here.
Schwartz.
Here.
Jelka,
Here.
White,
Here.
Little.
Here, would you please join us in a moment of silence? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, moving on to item 1. Agenda received as proposed or as amended. Item 9D, we're going to table that one until further word. That settlement with United Healthcare, they're still trying to wrap up some language.
So moved.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Other comments? Anybody like to speak to the board at this time? It's not a agenda item. Okay, seeing none. Item 3 is claims and payments, resolution A.
The total for this week is $363,481.85. 363,481.85. Motion to approve.
Second.
Any questions? Roll call, please.
Leyland,
Yes.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Jelka,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Little.
Yes. Okay, resolution B.
We have one claim for Country View. This is the first quarter unemployment, and it's $82,394.56. 82394.56.
Move to approve.
Second.
Questions? Comments? Diana, question?
Nope.
Okay, roll call, please.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Jelka,
Yes.
White,
Yep.
Leyland,
Yes.
Little.
Yes. Okay, moving on to item 4. This is to receive project updates from department heads and or elected officials. Morning, Kathy.
Good morning, Board. Morning. Kathy Nicholas, County Engineer. Just a brief update on the gravel road system. It is continuing to improve. We do still have some soft spots out there. However, Leversey Road in particular continues to, we're still getting several calls on that. We are out with the motor graders, out placing spot rock, so the trucks and the graders are out as we can be, which is more roads now than it was last week. We anticipate we'll be doing this activity probably for the month of May, placing spot rock, getting the roads ready for the dust control that residents have requested. We're hopeful that the roads will be prepared and ready by mid to late May. 2 other announcements on May 22nd, which is Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. at Zion Lutheran Church on Grundy Road. We will be having our Grundy Road the improvement project meeting for the public. You are all invited. The Grundy County Supervisors have been invited, and we're hopeful that many residents, farmers in that area can attend the meeting. And then the last thing, for those residents who want dust control, please contact your vendor and get on our list so that we can get your road prepared. Can I answer any questions at this time?
Kathy, I had that gentleman call me the other day, and I had his name and I lost it. He said he talked to you. He was concerned about the graders sitting hour at a time waiting for rock.
Yes, that was Mr. Schneider
Yeah.
on Ainsborough Road. I did meet with him, talk to him, excuse me. We did talk several times, and yes, I did talk with him, and we might be making a few changes to our,
Is that a new operator that's out there?
no.
Okay. Okay.
What's the date again on the Grundy Road?
So it's Wednesday, May 22nd at 6:30 p.m. And we'll get a notice to the Courier and the Hudson News. And as we understand it, the churches were telling their congregations on Easter that there would be a meeting. So thank you.
I'm sure word will spread. Okay, anybody else?
Chair, when I came up the stairwell this morning, I just noticed a tremendous amount of work went into maintaining them, and they look spectacular. I know that's not an easy task. And this building it's an older building, but I think the people that maintain it do a fabulous job and just need to be publicly recognized.
A lot of public walk through here every day, so. Rory, you can pass that on too.
I will, thank you.
Okay, nobody else, we'll move on to minutes approved for April the 16th, 2019.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 6 is a consent agenda. This be made with a single resolution.
Second?
Any questions on the consent? Roll call, please.
Trelka,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Leyland,
Yes.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Little.
Yes. Okay, moving on to, what is it, reports?
He's not here.
I see he's not here again. We'll have to give him a call maybe and tell him it's kind of important if he makes this, so. Okay, so I guess we'll just move on to item 8, contracts and agreements. This is a resolution, it's a contract between Blackhawk County and Aspro. It's for $2,871, $298.95, and this is a start date of July 29th. Kathy, you want to talk about this one a little bit?
Sure. So last week you did vote to award this to Aspro, excuse me. As you recall, there were 3 bidders. Aspro was the low bidder. I recommend that you sign the contract with them, then we can hold our pre-construction conference with them. We'll know at that time then when they will start. They're thinking they would like to do Marquee Road first, but we haven't gotten any details yet because we haven't had the pre-construction conference with them, so I would recommend approval.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Ryan, is that one we need to sign online, or we gotta wait until they do it?
No, it's already signed online, so.
Okay. Okay, roll call, please.
White,
Yes.
Leyland,
Yes.
Schwartz.
Here.
Trelka,
Yes.
Little.
Yes. Okay, moving on to item 9, other business. Motion to approve the submitted monthly Cobra health insurance rates and coverages effective July 1st, 2019.
So moved. Second?
Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item B is a resolution that the taxes due payable submitted persons as indicated, including special assessments, rates, charges. This falls under the provision of Iowa Code 427.9.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Leyland,
Yes.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Trelka,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Little.
Yes. Item C is a resolution of the applications for property tax exemption under the authority of Iowa Property Tax Natural Resource exception and assessment law, including open prairie and wildlife habitat. Again, this is Iowa Code 427.1.
So moved. Second?
TJ's not here, so roll call, please.
Schwartz.
Yes.
Trelka,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Leyland,
Yes.
Little.
Yes. Okay, moving on, D, we tabled it. And it looks like item 10 is a work session. This is discussion, proposed Veteran Affairs Community Center renovations. Director, I'm assuming that's you?
Yes, it is. Chair and members, I have a little PowerPoint. Hopefully I can get it to
Sure.
stick in here. All right, who's the team member? Right here? Yep. Good morning.
Morning.
Yolando made it back from both Omaha and Des Moines safely. Unique in Omaha. And again, in Des Moines was a all 99 counties were there. Learned a lot. Know my role and look forward to it. But what we wanted to do was take a few minutes out of your time. I think this went faster than me walking from the parking lot today. It's very busy over there, so as I bring this up. But a combination of Kevin Deal's dream, along with, I got Stacey here as my counterpart, and also with Rory. We just wanted to give you a brief selection on what we came to conclusion, and this should be the Stow and Glow. Let's see. We came to a brief synopsis of what we would like to present to you. It might be a little premature, but it's better to give information than to hold it. Someone help me here.
If you click on open folder.
I'll open up a PowerPoint right there on the Stow and Go.
Right in the middle, right, click on that way. Let's do that.
And Community Center.
Okay.
All right. That's sad, and I'm a IT guy by profession. So the joke's on me. All right, so if I can have about 5 minutes of your time. Well, we come into a summary for the Blackhawk County Veterans Affairs. We do know that also that the Child Care Center, it looks like they moved out, so,
They're still, it's still
okay,
under contract,
still under contract.
and they're still paying, so.
All right, we got our fingers crossed for more landscape. All right, so our proposal for this Veteran Community Center is, we're looking at gaining an additional about 50. So when Kevin had the reins, we were running in around 200 to 250 veterans a month coming into our center for various benefits, pension, or relief. What we're looking to do is to escalate that a little bit as we get into the summer months. We want to bring additional 50 or so veterans into this community center. We can't call it a vet center because a vet center is a state-sponsored thing. So we're going to call it the Blackhawk County Veterans Community Center. The staffing hours will be from Monday through Friday. So basically, when we open up, the center will be open, and when we close, the center will close. And what we're looking at is, as veterans are coming in for their 8 o'clock appointment, they could sit there and have a cup of coffee, watch TV as they prepare for their 8 o'clock appointments. A couple things that we're looking at is how do we take care of our veterans, and then how does Waterloo do it a little bit different than any other place? Because we do want to be unique. That's one of Kevin's dreams, is to be something of unique and inspire a couple of other counties to either come down and see what we're doing or participate in that. So for the morale and welfare for our current veterans, we're looking at creating a computer room or a reading room. In a computer room, it allows them to have access to e-benefits and My Healthy Net. Those are what we call self-help projects, and maybe not all of our veterans don't have computers at home and don't have smart devices, so they can come down to our community center, get on My Healthy Net, Healthy Vet, excuse me. They can actually, with that application, they can talk directly to their primary care provider. They can order their prescriptions. And they can even look at their service records through that application. Through e-benefits, they're allowed to pull down their DD-214s. Things that we commonly do, they could do themselves. So we want to encourage our younger veterans to get on board with technology in that standpoint, and to help our elderly vets who don't have that. The other thing is the kitchen area. We're going to have a little coffee, microwave, and there's already been a donation of a popcorn machine, and we look for more donations to come in to support, again, bringing in more veterans to hang out, to talk shop, and to learn from one another. The quiet room, the private counseling, and a peer-to-peer, that's where we want to capture our veterans who are in need of transitioning and adjusting to whatever they're going through in that standpoint, whether it's PTSD counseling, whether when we say peer-to-peer, it's just, hey, another vet talking to another vet, talking about, hey, what's your emotional problems and how can we solve them together? And what we want to do is bring more vets in. Let's get them to open up and talk to each other. And we think we're going to do great things by our vets there. The other thing we were looking at doing is doing some seminars. I was up in Waverly over the weekend, previous weekend, and there was an Agent Orange seminar. It was a real good seminar about Agent Orange and the effects, not only on the veteran, but on their family members. And so we're looking to do something like that, whether it's mental health, healthcare enrollment. This Friday, we are going to be at the CBOC, and they're doing a healthcare enrollment, and we're going to partner with the CBOC to do that. So we want to do that here at our location also. We're looking at doing some workshops for family and children, in particular children, bringing them in and telling them about what veterans do and what's the unique thing about a veteran and a service member. Unfortunately, we have Expo right across the street from us. And what a better way to capture some of those youth, bring them in and talk to them. I was at East High yesterday alma mater. First time I've been to East High in 35 years, and so those walls still smell the same. But to talk to those youth was, the light bulb came on when I kind of tell them about, hey, you can struggle through your high school education, but there's life on the other side. And so just encouraging the youth, and we can take advantage of Expo too if we do that. Some of the fundraising events like we've done in the past, we've done it down at the Sullivan's, but we can do some of that right there at our real estate, doing chili cook-offs. And that we supported the honor flight last year. I think we raised about $1,400 for the honor flight, but we did it at the Sullivan's. But what a way to do it right at our own center. So we're looking at that. And then possibly some holiday meals, some sporting events, or even some family movies. When we say the holiday meals, one thing that I learned when I was down in Atlanta was they do a lot of Hosea kind of dinners. So around Thanksgiving and Christmas, you have different entities that want to put on meals for veterans. So we were looking at, if our space is big enough, why not do that? Because we have citizens that want to just contribute out of the goodness of their heart towards veterans. And if we host one of these, they would overwhelmingly support us. And what a way to pick up a veteran that's downtrodden. They can get him and his family a meal for the holidays. Some of the recreation, we've already have some people that want to donate a ping pong table, a pool table. We're going to continue the yoga. Yoga is pretty successful, the chair yoga. She would like to expand that, might give us an opportunity to do that. Some of the district meetings, right now they're doing district meetings in Cedar Rapids, Dubuque. We want to bring them to Waterloo and show them what Waterloo has. And I think there's some benefits with, you got the Sullivan Brothers Museum, a few other things that we can get some veterans down here to look at, even to include our memorial right there off of 5th Street. And then you can see the other stuff, dinners, additional requirements, and then I'll turn it over to Rory because I want to bring up the PowerPoint. But we think we have a group of volunteers, veteran volunteers, that would love to stand in and support us in this entity, where they would come in and sit, kind of be the policeman of the place so that we keep it clean. Nothing walks away, because as you know, when you have things that are open, sometimes it walks away. And so we're going to be soliciting for veterans there. And the other thing that is going to be unique is, as we get this started and off the road, we think we're going to bring in more contributions from our Black Hawk or Cedar Valley citizens. As they see what we're doing or trying to do for our veterans, we think we're going to bring in more monetary value. So on top of what we're doing for our veterans with benefits, as you know, every benefit that is approved, that monetary value comes back into Black Hawk County. And so we just want to contribute more that. So if we can show our citizens that, hey, veterans are coming in, they're getting their benefits, guess where that benefit dollar is going back to? Black Hawk County. So this is something just to generate that awareness, sense of ownership. And Kevin, did you want to add anything in particular to your dream? Okay. So in the next slide, it's kind of like what it is currently. And I like to say TBD, because if we can get more, we'll do more. Roy, you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, this is basically what was presented at this year's budget. Really no changes to the design. And if you recall, we did do a breakdown of cost. We came up with $210,000. That was a local engineer company that came in, architectural company that came in and put that estimated cost together for us. This area has been vacated with the movement of the DHS employees, and then the Cedar Valley Promise employees have been relocated elsewhere in the facility. So the existing office spaces are now empty with the exception of the server room. So any questions for me on that design? As Yolanda mentioned, we did get notified from the Grin and Grow Daycare Center that they are temporarily suspending operations to further review their business plan. I do believe, depending on what happens there, that may require further discussion on what potential options there might be for entities like the VA department. So as we move forward with that discussion, I think is really going to play an impact on what this community center potentially will look like. So with the direction of the board and what we find out from Grin and Grow, I guess I would entertain that we look into that as a possibility.
I would just kind of say that you need to continue on with this plan and not anticipate that coming opening, because if it does open, there's still going to have to be some discussion on who goes in there, what we do with it. So as of now, I would just kind of keep it that it is Grin and Grow and they're under contract and move on with this.
Yeah, what we would do, this is an FY20 project, so this does put us in a public hearing category. So what we would do is, in May, we would reach out, we'd do an RFP for professional services. So we would get that process going. And then the next step would be the design and drafting the RFP, then taking that out for bid. So that's kind of what our timeline looks like for it, for this FY20 project.
If during that period that space does come available, then that'll probably be time when the board has discussion, and I'm sure everybody's got an idea and wants to have a dialogue on what we put in there. So
How many square feet they got there?
This one right here is approximately 1,600 square feet,
How many square feet are in the?
approximately 3,600,
3,600 in which one?
the daycare space.
Yeah.
The daycare has a shed as well, a garage.
Fenced in,
Pardon me?
fenced in yard.
Fenced in yard.
Rear entrance.
It has two rear exits to the fenced-in area, and it has its own key fobbed entrance. So it is completely separated essentially from the rest of the facility. One thing that I spoke with the VA folks, with this community center, one thing that we do need to look at if we're moving forward with this design is security of the rest of the facility. So for an example, if they have a function going on outside of normal business hours, how can we assure that the rest of the facility is secure? So that would more than likely be done with fob access and so forth. So it can be done. It just I just wanted to bring that to your attention because that was one topic of
You're
concern.
talking about this area.
With this area, yeah. With Grin and Grow, if that did become an option, and again, we don't know, but if that did become an option, that would definitely be one thing that would be to our advantage would be the security of the rest of the facility because it is already separated.
And the IT server room, we're gonna leave that as is regardless too, so that.
There's been some discussion. It's my understanding that some of that equipment may get relocated to another site, which might give us some options if we can guarantee security for the remaining equipment. As Oyando mentioned, they do want a private area for counseling, and so that could potentially be manipulated in a way to provide that private area. Yeah.
One thing I'd like to see more of though too is taking stuff out in the community too, is going to the other American Legion and AMVETS' post and doing events there rather than utilizing that for like chili cook-off or whatever. And we've already got those buildings and utilize that for things during the day, but at night, if you want to have an event, having them at the vets clubs that are open at night.
So, Mr. White, you bring up a key point that I've been in discussion about with the, this a little off topic, but I've been in discussion with every service post that I've been going through. Dunkerton, I've been all these little towns that I've never been before, I'm learning. But driving the youth into some of our service posts because they're dying off by age. And how do we capture that? And that's one of these lead-ins that we can use this center for, is try to recruit to be more involved in whether, it's up to that person, but American Legion, VFW, depending on what it is, but to try to drive some more interest in joining those groups. Even in Des Moines, we're talking about the struggles they're having keeping membership.
All organizations are.
So again, Rory, thank you. Board, thank you. For one, I want to thank you because you funded this project. It's a dream of Kevin Deals. We just want to carry it through. I look forward to all the benefits behind it. But again, I just wanted to thank you for this. I went a little long, so I apologize for that. I owe you guys 5 minutes back somehow.
Board, got any questions?
No, I'm just really excited to see this move forward.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna, it's going
Yeah.
forward, there's no doubt, just a
Absolutely.
question how
Yep.
it's a fluid situation, how it comes out at the end. Because even this here, there'll probably be some tweaking. And then, obviously, you rely a lot on volunteers,
We do, and
We thank
donations. Yeah.
but is there an area that they gotta kind of be careful with on the private part of it, the HIP or the records and everything?
So that'll still be maintained behind our locked doors. So that, answer your HIPAA question, will, all those service records or anything like that that has any social security numbers and things like that, that'll be stored behind our office doors. And it won't be-
Volunteers wouldn't be working on
No,
that.
volunteers wouldn't be accessing anything like that. Now, we have to be careful about how we do our monitors. If someone's up on e-benefits, their information is on the screen, so, but there's protection procedures that we can utilize for that too.
Yeah.
Maybe some petitions that'll go up where the
Sure.
computers are.
Okay, anybody else? Well, thank you very
Thanks
much.
very much.
Thank you, sir. Londo.
Okay. Moving on to any reports or information from the board? Anybody? Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Have a good one, Mr. Susan.